Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how.
This is Lance and I'm back with a new video. I have this 2018 GMC Denali HD Sierra truck. That's what it says on the badge on the door, but it's 2018. Now, I typically don't do radios that often, but when I do, it's always a cool radio. It's never like something like basic. But time to time, somebody asked for it. So we took this 2018, and he had the 8-inch screen in here, and what he wanted to do was he wanted to upgrade the radio because he already purchased the radio. He purchased the Alpine 11-inch, but he reached out to me for an audio upgrade. So we came up with a plan, and the plan is to do, I should say what we did do is we put the Alpine radio in the dash. We did Morel Veritas 6.2.4, which is the new speaker, and then we did the actual Virtus 6.5 for the rear. So, well, in essence, it's a very simple install for what we do from the basics of the radio and the speakers. GMC trucks and GM trucks are the same as far as the doors go. From I can't even tell you when till now. Sometimes you get a 3-way. Sometimes most of them are 2-ways. So we're doing a 2-way. We did a 2-way in this truck. We did the new 62.4 Virtus, Virtus. And what we did was we put them in the doors, and I'll overlay what we did as far as the door panel go. So we basically took the door panel apart, did the doors, sound deadened them. We used some new material to sound deadening when it comes out of the doors. Then we moved on to the back. The back was very simple. The back was, 6.5 custom built panels. So we moved on to the back speakers, and they're actually Maxima Ultra 602 MK eyes in the doors. Made some simple panels for those. Everything was made custom. There was no plastic add-on pieces made for this particular vehicle. We actually, made our own speaker adapters with Starboard and ABS, and we put the we put the Morel speaker rings on the doors. They turned out really nice. Then we moved on to the amp rack. So as you can see here, we have the amp rack. So as you can tell, we cut out the panel here all the way across, and we made a board and we stuck it to the back of the firewall, back of the bed. So there's no screws that go through the back of there. There's actually hardware that's from the factory that's here, and we screwed that in. And then we did our simple, super clean wiring job that we like to do. So we have this Helix M6 DSP, which is a 6-channel DSP amplifier, which is running the tweeters, the front mid doors, and the rear doors. And the tweeters are crossover at about 3,000 at 24 dB per octave, and the front doors are at 3,000 to 80 hertz at 24 dB per octave. And then of course the customer also wanted an epicenter, which he provided for us. So we put the epicenter in here. Looks really nice. It goes behind the seat belt here, really nice and comfy. And then we add the Helix M1X, which is a monoblock with a bass knob on top of that. So with this system, we also made some grommets there, cut the holes, made everything functional. All the hardware is mounted to the floor really well. So we did a super sexy job on this job for the customer, and we made it so it all looks super clean. So when the seat goes back in, it's gonna look really nice. We also elected to go with Audio Control's 10-inch shallow woofers and a automotive entertainment box. I want to call it a stage 1 because it has no frills. The customer wanted to keep it plain Jane, as simple as possible. And then we did the radio in the dash, and I'll show you what everything looks like when everything's put back together. So you got the Alpine radio 11-inch, which if you look at it in this particular truck, it looks really good. And I'm not a big Alpine fan when it comes down to it. So I'll put the truck back together and get some images of everything back together, and then we'll see how it sounds. It does sound good because I already played with it and tuned it, and we'll go from there. But like I said, it's a very, very nice setup. There's a lot of equalization on them. I'll tell you what I liked and disliked about the new speakers, and we'll move on from there. All right, stay tuned.